Hello and welcome to the University of Chester's virtual campus tour. I'm Zoe, one of the HE advisors, and today we are going to be hearing all about the Faculty of Business and Management. This includes Chester Business School at Queen's Park Campus Chester and a suite of business courses at the University Centre Shrewsbury. If you have any questions today, please feel free to ask them in the live chat. We have a whole host of students and staff ready and waiting to help you. Later, I'll be joined on the sofa by some of our students to hear about their experiences of living and studying at the University of Chester. We'll also have the chance to introduce you to our great campus facilities and examples of our accommodation. Firstly, let's go over to our academic staff who are going to show you the facilities that we use to teach our programmes.
Hi, welcome to Chester Business School. I'm Professor Kurt Allman and I'm the Dean. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you here at Queen's Park. If you choose to study with us, this is where you could possibly be studying at Queen's Park or at University Centre Shrewsbury. So we're lucky that Chester Business School is just on the banks of the stunning River Dee, just a few minutes walk from Chester. If you're studying at University Centre Shrewsbury, you're in the heart of the town, and again with great access to the Northwest and the West Midlands. Here at Chester, we're situated in the heart of the Northwest, just an hour's drive to Liverpool or Manchester, and a 2-hour direct train ride to London. So welcome to Churchill House. We're in the atrium and this is where some of your lectures and other student support services take place. As you can see, we've got bookable space where yourself and fellow students can work on your projects together, which is a great space to come and work through those particular projects. We've also got careers and employability where they'll help you with your CV through to finding work and helping you on your placement activity as well. We also run the venture program, so if you're a budding entrepreneur, you can be supported and have advice about starting your business whilst being here in the business school. We've also got Student Futures, and they provide mental health and well-being for our students as well in a very supportive environment. And then we've also got other space available, again, where students can book space out and meet with companies on some of the live projects we run here in the business school as well. So if you'd like to follow me, I'll take you to the boardroom. So welcome to our business boardroom. This is where students and companies come together to work on collaborative projects. We hold a number of events here where students pitch and give their insights to the organisations we work with, and also organisations come in and network with our students, illustrating the type of contemporary challenges their businesses face, providing real insights into the into the coursework that they undertake as well. We have a number of entrepreneurs in residence who come in and again give insights into the challenges that their organisations face and work with students. We have large companies in who run their mock assessments and real-life assessment activities in here as well. So it's a real beating heart of our connected business school, and it all happens in the boardroom. This is one of the many spaces you can come to on campus and relax. There's a brasserie where you can grab some food, a Starbucks coffee, so you can meet with friends and relax between lectures. It's also a place as well where in the evening students can run networking events, and we also have organisations coming in, enjoying the company of our students and also taking in this great view. Okay, so a defining feature of Chester Business School is our connections to industry. We work with over 1,000 companies each year, and we encourage as many students as we can through placements and live projects as part of their coursework to work with industry and connect with them. This is a bookable space where students get to invite organisations in and present their work back to those companies. It's part of a £4 million investment we had here at Queen's Park, and what I'll do is I'll show you some computer facilities which are also state-of-the-art as well. So we're one of 3 computer suites in Queen's Park, and in this particular one you use this within your lectures to analyse company information or market dynamics. It's well equipped with the latest software, and it's also bookable if you want to use the space outside lecture time as well. So what I'll do now is take you over to Bridge House. So we're now in Bridge House. This is where most of your lectures will take place. It's also home to our Business and Management Library, where I'll take you now. So here in the library, we've got bookable pods where you can work with your fellow students on completing your assignments. You have access to over 8,000 textbooks and 50 leading management journals. And you've also got access to Macs and PCs to get those assignments finished as well. If you really need to knuckle down and get that assignment finished, we also have the quiet space where you can concentrate on your studies. So we're now in one of our large lecture theatres where obviously you'll explore your chosen topic with an academic and fellow students, after which you'll break out into a seminar group or a tutorial group where you'll explore your chosen subject in much greater detail. So we're very fortunate in Chester. We're on the doorstep of some global brands, the likes of Toyota, Airbus, Bank of America and Marks & Spencer. And those organisations come into the classroom and illustrate their contemporary challenges to our students. Thanks for joining me on this tour of Chester Business School. If you've got any questions, please do ask, and thank you for watching.
I'm now joined on the sofa by two of our current students. We first up have Kirsty, who is studying history.
Hi everyone.
And we also have John, who is studying law.
Hi guys.
But before I start quizzing them about their life at the University of Chester, let's take a look at our university life tours at the Parkgate Road campus and University Centre Shrewsbury.
Hi, my name's Kirsty and I study history. Today I'm going to show you around the University of Chester's Parkgate Road campus. Come and have a look around. Parkgate Road is where you'll find many of the university's central facilities, with the main library, sports facilities, student accommodation and the Students' Union all located on campus. It's everything you need, all in one place. In the centre of Binks you'll find our info point, filled with approachable staff here to offer you help and guidance whenever you need it. We also have our brasserie and grab-and-go Starbucks, perfect for that time you want to take a break. Next we'll head on over to the library. Seabourn Library is the main university's library and it is in the heart of the Parkgate Road campus. As well as a variety of books, journals and online resources, the library also offers bookable study pods, perfect for group or individual study. There's also 24-hour access computer suites, perfect for those late-night study sessions. The library is also staffed with subject-specific librarians that are on hand to help with whatever you need. There's also a cafe downstairs, ideal for that well-earned study break. Opposite the library, we have bookable study spaces available for both staff and students. You just book it online and then you have a guaranteed workspace. Chester Student Union is also located on campus. Our students elect who they'd like to be their officers and they then represent the students' voice about issues inside or outside the university. The Students' Union is here to support you on campus, whether you're looking for guidance or help with societies. I'm part of the History Society and I found it so helpful to make friends here on campus. The SU is a fun, relaxed space. We have lots of different places for staff and students to eat on campus. Our gourmet burger house offers a selection of mouth-watering New York-style burgers, all made with delicious, locally sourced ingredients. Next to the Students' Union, we have the Hub, which has an imaginative menu with lots of different meals, whatever your dietary requirements are. What's even better is that the Hub has its own wok bar and pizzeria, and all of the dishes are made with fresh, natural ingredients. If you fancy meeting up with friends on campus, then the bar is the perfect place to do just that. Whether you're in the mood to try out a new cocktail or just unwind and play a game of pool, the relaxed, chilled atmosphere makes this the ideal place to hang out. Parkgate Road has many sports facilities on campus. This is the fitness suite where there are qualified personal trainers here to offer you help and guidance whenever you need it. We have a variety of different membership options available to suit all sorts of different lifestyles and budgets. The fitness suite has over 100 pieces of equipment and is also where you'll find our 25-metre swimming pool, spin studio and dance studio. At the bottom of our campus, you'll find a multifunctional sports hall that staff and students can alter the space of depending on the type of sport they want to play. Near to the sports hall, we have the floodlit AstroTurf, used frequently by our sports teams for sports such as hockey or lacrosse. We also have a floodlit 3G mugger pitch, which is great for sports such as football or rugby. Next to this, we have the 60-metre running tracks and both tennis and squash courts. And finally, our Parkgate Road campus is home to the Careers and Employability Department. They are on hand to give you help with your career planning, whether that's mock interviews or looking over your CV. It's for people that are currently here or graduates for up to 2 years after graduation. Thank you for joining me on this tour around Parkgate Road campus. We hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Orla Jones, a second-year student of musical theatre at the University Centre Shrewsbury. Right now, I'm outside the Guildhall, which is our main lecture and study area. It's on the banks of the River Severn and right next to the town centre. Let's go take a closer look. As you enter the Guildhall, you come to our business lounge. And this is the perfect place for students to meet up, just to hang out or to do group work. This area also doubles up as our reception space, where you can come to host conferences or even performances that students can network at. The next room I'm going to take you to is one of our most versatile rooms in Guildhall, and it's just this way. We're really lucky here at UCS that we're taught in smaller class sizes. So when you become part of this fun-loving, close-knit community of staff and students, you'll find that this is our largest lecture room. It can be used for a range of different things, such as our Freshers' Fair at the beginning of the year, open day events, and extracurricular activities such as yoga and dance. I've even done a few performances in this room, such as the Christmas Cabaret and a few assessments with my course. Just round the corner is the library, another really well-used space, so we'll go there now. One of the most useful resources in this library are, of course, our friendly and helpful library staff. You will all get to know them by name, and you can drop them an email with any inquiries you have at any time. One of the most perfect spaces that I love is the quiet study area, perfect for independent work when you just want to get things done. The library also offers bookable pods, which are ideal for group presentations that you all need to practice. We also have all our books and journals available right at our fingertips. They are kept up to date and are perfect for everything that any course here needs. We also have computers available for any online work you need to do, and you can also request and book other journals and articles from any other campus. Another great space in the Guildhall is our open access 24-hour suite. As the name suggests, it's open 24/7 and you can come here day or night with your student card for access. We have computers and printing facilities, and it's a perfect place to get that work done. We also have a vending area just down the back where you can get small snacks and hot drinks to get you through that study work. Or if you want something a wee bit more substantial, you can nip next door to our cafe. Not only is this the perfect place to meet socially, you can get any little snacks for in between lectures served by our fabulous Bean Cafe staff. This is a great place, and it's made even better by this little piano sitting in the corner here. One of our students missed his keyboard from back home so much, he asked the student union if they could have a piano in the cafe. It's here for anyone to play at any time. Speaking of the student union, the lounge is upstairs, so let's go check that out. This is our student wellbeing lounge, where you can come to get away and play pool or play darts, but it's also a hub for so much more. Here you have access to our Student Futures team, where you can get all sorts of advice for anything to do with your student wellbeing. As a UCS student, you also have access to the teams at the University of Chester, where you can get help and advice on things such as work-based learning, studying abroad, a university job, or even learning a language for free. As well as this space, we also have the Student Union's Lounge. We are a part of Chester Union, but we elect a vice president here every year to run activities. We have lots of different sporting events and different teams and societies that you can join here and find out everything that the Student Union do for us, such as the end of year ball at the end of the year that everyone looks forward to. We also have different societies that you can join already existing, or if there's something you're really interested in, you can ask the vice president and create your own society with a group of your friends. Speaking of all those sports events, let's go and check out the gym facilities that we have here. So this is our awesome gym facility, and there is no slacking here at UCS, as you can book personal training sessions too. This is used by our health and exercise students, as well as available for any other student or staff member. The last place I want to show you is the courtyard, so let's go. This is the courtyard. Right in the middle of the university building, it has easy access from either the students' lounge or the cafe. There's also some extra sports equipment here if you feel like having a shop. This garden was entered by University Centre Shrewsbury in the Shrewsbury Flower Show, a well-known show that's put on every year in the town. That is the end of our tour of the University Centre Shrewsbury. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to welcoming you here soon. See you later.
So as I said, Kirsty and John are both currently studying here at the University of Chester. So we are here today to talk to them about their experiences studying and also living here in Chester. So let's start off with why you chose to come to the University of Chester.
I'll take that one. Well, I chose the University of Chester mainly because it gives me sort of a home feeling. I'm from a very small island in the Caribbean, and just coming here and just being able to see the same faces over and over again, is just like felt like I was sort of solidified in the university already.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And yourself, Kirsty?
Yeah, so I really liked the city itself. I think it's just filled with so many beautiful things. You've got the river where you can go on a pedalo, you can walk the Roman walls, and it's not too big. It's small enough you can walk everywhere. As somebody that doesn't drive, it's a perfect city for me.
100%, I definitely feel the same about the whole driving thing. It means that we're not adding to the pollution as well. It's great, you get to walk everywhere or go on your bike or anything like that. So you've both said about it being quite a small place to live or anything like that. Would you say that helped you with the jump up to coming into university, living on your own and things like that?
Yeah, well, I think it definitely helped me. I think where it's such a small campus, and as John was saying, you really get to know the faces around you, it's meant that I've been able to get to know my lecturers a wee bit quicker. So then they really offer tutorials to you and options to you, and it helps you settle in and feel comfortable within your environment.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah, and I can concur with what Kirsty said. Just having that small feeling, it's like you always have that help that you need. For example, whenever I had an issue, I can go to Student Futures and I can speak to one of the ladies there, and she remembers my name. So every time I go there, I'm just like, John can help you. So it's just that, all those little things sort of helps, stepping up from school to university.
Yeah, so it helps give you a real community feel, I suppose, yeah? Because it can be quite scary, can't it, when you're coming from either college or sixth form, coming up to a university. So how did you feel specifically supported by your lecturers in your departments?
Well, I can touch on that. Well, particularly with my PAT, she's been a massive help, with my entire studies and ensuring that I have the necessary tools to be able to take on life after university, particularly setting me up into different programs. For example, going to London to do a Lincoln's Inn dinner to meet barristers and judges. So things like that sort of does help you, just having a small sort of campus where you're just being able to just talk and meet all your lecturers, not having to be all over the different, parts of the campus.
Yeah, perfect. And while we're there, can you just give us a little bit more information about how it works with your PAT, just for people who maybe don't know?
Well, basically, your PAT is your personal academic tutor, and what that person is sort of your liaison whilst you're at university. If you have any sort of academic issues or any personal issues, they are your best go-to for references once you leave university. So it's always best to have a great relationship with your PAT, because you don't want to send an email to someone and be like, oh, can you write me a reference? And then they don't know who you are. So I think it's best to always have that good relationship.
Even if it's just a quick cup of tea to say hello and check in.
Or just a knock on the door to say, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, which is nice that you can just knock on the door and say, hey, I'm here, by the way. Perfect. And yourself, Kirsty?
Yeah, so I just think with the smaller campus, as John's already touched on with the PATs, but it's not even just your allocated PAT that you can go to. All of the lecturers offer these tutorial times, and it is supposed to be there so you can run through either your plans for assignments or any struggles that you're having. But it is just that time to go in and have a conversation. At the moment, I'm trying to think about where I'm going in the future, and I've spoken to so many different lecturers who are just there to support you and give you ideas, especially on Zoom at the moment, just with a cup of tea. It's quite nice.
How would you say that your time at Chester has really shaped your career ambitions then? Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll take that on with Kirsty giving me the look. Basically, being here at the University of Chester has put me in a position to be able to look at my career goals more clearly. I was assisted by one of my lecturers in putting me forward for a Lincoln's Inn dinner. Basically, it's where you go down, you meet barristers and judges and stuff like that, and you get to have conversations with them and just get a bit of insight as to what it is exactly that you're going to be taking on in the future. And just being able to do that sort of made it much more easier for me to say, okay, yeah, this is something that I really want to do, and I think this is going to be the future for me. So that was joined by the careers team and with the liaison from the law school, which is one of my lecturers. So she basically put this together. We had to put ourselves forward for the best candidates, and luckily I was one of them. And I went on to London, this very, very beautiful building, and we got to interact with all types of judges, being from high courts, Supreme Courts, and things like that. So it was really good having done that.
Nice.
Yeah, so John seems to have a wee bit more direction than me, but I have found that before I came to university, I really wasn't sure about what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do this degree. But the department, the humanities department, has really let me sort of explore my options. We've done archival work, we've volunteered at museums, we've been able to get all these different opportunities with us. But as John was saying earlier, that careers and employability team, they are so helpful. I've gone for many one-to-ones with them, and it's just opened up all these new job ideas that I've never even thought of. So I still want to continue in academia, but at least I now have more thoughts as to what I want to do.
Oh, lovely. Have you used any of the other support services at the university?
Well, I have. I've gone for the Careers Employability Fund. Basically, it's this fund that you basically apply for. It's £500, and they put it towards anything that you think personally would help you to enhance your career. And I used that to go for a French course last year, which was really good. I got to go over my French skills from when I was in school and now, but sadly, I didn't get to finish, so because of circumstances, but it was really, really helpful. And they've put something in this year where you can go on and do that again. So having done the Careers and Employability Fund set me up a bit more in comparison to other students who may be going for a job when I go for that job. So I think that's quite helpful.
Yeah, lovely.
I think adding on to the different sort of teams that are there for you. I know there's learning and support, and they're normally around in the library, and I found them so helpful when I first turned up to help me sort of with how you do your referencing or where you find journals, what books will be helpful. And I know the library team themselves have subject-specific librarians that are just on hand to help you go through your research and figure out what sort of systems you can use.
Yeah, perfect. Have any of you joined any sports or societies during your time at Chester?
Yeah, so I joined History Society last year and I'm currently on the committee now, and I've just found it so helpful to make friends with like-minded people, and it's actually been really nice because we have sort of like charity events that we do, and last year we raised money for Chester Aid to the homeless by a pub quiz, and it's just that social environment, but you're also doing something good alongside it, and I've genuinely loved my time with that society.
Well, I've sort of, I am a part of the tennis society, as well as the mooting club in the law school. I think tennis society is quite great because some days you can be stressed out with classes and all the coursework that you've got going on. And just being able to hit a few, rackets and balls over the net every now and then sort of helps you out to just release some of that stress. But that also being in the mooting club is also great because it gets to makes you practice your advocacy skills, especially if you want to be a barrister or want to be in the legal field, just want to be able to publicly speak in front of anybody. I think that's really good, and I think that sort of shaped me a great deal whilst being here at the university.
And would you say that being part of a sport or society has not only helped you socially, personally, but also with your academia in terms of, have you gained any skills to help you with your career in the future, anything like that?
Yeah, so I feel like the History Society, it's kind of not only allowed me to discuss with fellow peers about what they are wanting to do in the future, how they are going about it, but we've also done sort of like walking tours and visits to museums and things, and you just get closer to the community, and it's allowed us to explore the public history field of things, and it sort of ignited an interest in me to take people on walking tours. So I think even if there's not anything explicitly like, because of this, we're going to look at this, it just allows you to explore options a lot more in a chilled environment.
Mm-hmm. I'd say like being in a tennis society, like you said there, it's quite good because you do get that social aspect, especially if you're coming to university for the first time and you don't really know anybody. You get to meet all these people who have similar interests to what you do, whether it be playing tennis, or you might meet someone on the tennis society who's from your course, and you can say, oh, I'm doing this, and then you can have a chat with them. So it sort of creates this sort of social bubble for you, and you don't have to necessarily break out of your shell just that yet, because you've got that initial interest within someone else from a different society. And also with the mooting club as well, like Kirsty's mentioned, it's just the fact that you've been able to further go into depth into what your prospective career might be. With law, it's looking into case law, it's being able to recite case law, it's being able to use the language that you use within a court. So all these sort of things sort of ties in. Whether it may seem different, but it does ties in quite well, and it helps you with your journey whilst you're here.
Lovely, thank you very much. So one last question for you. I'd just like to know, what is the biggest thing you're going to take away from your Chester experience with you?
Would you like to start this one?
Well, I think the biggest thing I'll take from my Chester experience is to be a bit more organized. I am organized, but not enough, especially with the department that I belong to, where there's a lot of reading, there's a lot of extra reading, there's a lot of stuff you need to do behind the background. And going into the career field that I am going into, that's something that you do really need to be able to be organized. And I think being here and having that university experience itself sort of solidified that that is something that I do need to work on, and I am currently working on it before we come to the end of my studies here at Chester.
Yeah, so I think I'm unfortunately going to be a wee bit cliche, but what I'm taking from the university is confidence, is happiness with what I'm doing. Before I turned up to university, I was so confused with where my life was going. I was having an existential crisis every day, but now I've got here, I've really found my place. I found what I want to do, and the support, the teams around you have just given me enough confidence to go out and get it. Never did I think I would be volunteering to answer some questions for people, but here I am, and it's because of the community at the University of Chester.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much anyway for all of your answers, and to finish on that was perfect. Thank you so much. It's been lovely to talk to you today anyway. Thanks again. Accommodation is a really important aspect of your time at university and something that a lot of you have asked to see. So let's take a look at some examples.
At Chester, all university-owned or partnership accommodation is located on or close by the Parkgate Road campus. It's just a stone's throw away from the city centre and within walking distance to our academic sites. We offer a range of accommodation types and different styles, from small self-contained houses to large traditional halls of residence. So whether it's a shared kitchen or studio, or ensuite or shared bathroom that you're after, we have something to suit you. We also offer full board, semi-catered and self-catered accommodation. So if cooking isn't your strong point, why not let us do it for you and dine at the hub? There are also a range of partnership and private sector accommodation options in and around Chester for you to choose from, like the brand new student accommodation complex Tudor Place, located just a short 5-minute walk from the Parkgate Road campus. At Shrewsbury, our safe and secure halls are just a 5-minute walk from the University Centre Shrewsbury campus and are only a few steps away from local food producers, convenience stores and shopping centres. Mardle House offers self-catered and ensuite residences, and our new purpose-built accommodation, the Tannery, also offers self-catered ensuite rooms. These are single rooms with a shared kitchen with dining and lounge facilities.
Does anyone actually commute in, or do you both live here?
I live in Chester.
I live on campus as
You
well.
both live on campus, all right, perfect, yeah. And what student accommodation do you currently live in?
Yeah, so I live on the towpath, which I got through Student Roost, and it's beautiful. It's on the canal, there's lovely walks around, but I really chose it because it gives you a double bed, it gives you an ensuite, but you also get that shared kitchen so you can meet other students and still socialise, and it's really not that far from campus.
And John, what student accommodation have you lived in?
Well, I did live in on the Parkgate Road campus accommodation, so it's just right off from the university. And I currently live in a private accommodation, but my first year I lived in the Glenesque House. It's a little farm cottage out in the Chester on the Parkgate Road campus. At first I was like, why are we here? But then it sort of like, it's really good because you get that peace and quiet in comparison to all the other houses, which are very close knit to each other and people might be partying and stuff like that. But as I, progressed into the year, I went into private accommodation, which made it that much easier for me because I can choose what I want, and I think that was really good for me as well.
Have you got any advice for any students that are looking for accommodation at all?
I'll touch on Kirsty's point. I think if you are the type of person that likes to be on your own, go for a private accommodation. But if you're looking for a person, you're the type of person that may be not so confident and you want to make friends within your first year so that you can carry that on towards your final year, I would advise that you take on university-owned accommodation, maybe a shared accommodation, or even in halls, because you get to meet people of like minds and like interests and stuff like that. For me personally, first year I've done university-owned accommodation, and I've met people that I personally can say I can see myself being friends with after university, so that's quite good.
Well, I've really enjoyed talking to you both today, so thank you very much for your help today, Kirsty.
Thank you.
And you as well, John. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you very much.
That brings us to the end of our virtual campus tour today. We hope you've had a real insight into the University of Chester and what it's like to be a student here. However, if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to pop over to our website. You can speak to our students there via UniBuddy. So if you do have any questions, ask away. And finally, from me, thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you very soon.